Well, cleanup efforts are underway in Buffalo, New York, days after the deadly winter storm. In fact, the city's airports reopened this morning. Local authorities have been clearing abandoned vehicles off residential streets to open up a path for snowplows. The storm has killed dozens of people in western New York so far. But one woman is being called an angel for likely saving one man's life. Take a look at this right here. Shakira Autry brought Joe White into her Buffalo home after finding him outside in the freezing conditions.
I currently have an older 64-year-old white man in my house. I found him yesterday. I heard him screaming for help. I have called 911. I've called everybody. They just keep telling me I'm on a list. I don't want to be on no list. I don't care about nothing else. This man is not about to die over here on 111. Y'all need to get this man some help.
This is an amazing story, but a terrible situation here. I want to bring in Yvonne White, who is Joe White's sister. First off, Yvonne, what was your reaction when you found out that Shakira had likely saved your brother's life?
Actually, Jared, it was overwhelming, overwhelming. When I received that call on Christmas Eve stating, "Hi, you don't know me, but I have your brother," I was like, utterly confused. And then, she told me what happened and what was going on, and I could not stop crying, could not stop crying. What she did was amazing.
I can't imagine. I've seen some of the pictures, heard a bit about the issues that he was having over the course of those couple of days. How's he doing now?
Right now, I just spoke to the hospital probably about 15 minutes ago. He's still sound asleep, which I'm sure his body is just worn out, So I'm going to check it in a little bit and see how he's doing. But as far as his hands go, it's still the same. You know what I mean? There's no good news. There's no bad news. He's stable. We're just praying to God that his hands and fingers will be okay.
And it's amazing that as of now, it's almost the least of the worries here. This could have been so much worse. I want to ask about how things are going where you are in Buffalo. Are you managing through the severe weather? I know that there have been so many issues over the past few days.
Well, right now, like you had mentioned earlier, they just reopened the airport. So I'm thankful for that. But I live in Buffalo, the hospital's in Buffalo. So as of right now, there still is a travel ban. So as soon as that's lifted, obviously the first stop I go is going to go to the medical center to see my brother. But it's just horrific what occurred here and the tragedies. But, like you said, out of all the tragedies, now we have an extended family member.
That's amazing. Have you gotten a chance to talk to Shakira?
Yes, we are in constant communication. We have not met yet in person. We have something in the works. And I tell you, the first thing I do is I'm going to give my sister a big hug. Because like I told my brother Joey, we have another sister, we have a brother Trent, and now we have 3 small nephews, which I'm excited for.
Oh my gosh, I love to hear that, at least coming out of what could otherwise been a terrible situation. What's your message to other people who may be in danger during this really cold weather?
Just heed the warning, You may not think it's severe, but it is severe. My brother's mental capacity is that of an 11-year-old child. If it wasn't for this angel, if it wasn't for this wonderful, wonderful human being, he would have perished, and he would have been another statistic in this storm.
Speaking of which, can you talk about how she found him or came across your brother?
Oh, after she said, "Hi, you don't know me, but I have your brother," she explained to me that too many weird things happened. Like she fell asleep on the couch due to the fact that her 3 children were stranded at a family member's house because of the storm. She never sleeps on the couch. She heard my brother screaming and crying for help. She called upstairs for her fiance, Trent. They went outside. They found him in the snowbank. Trent lifted him up, carried him in. Now, my brother really doesn't know, he's worked at the North Park Theater for 40 years, but he doesn't know the address. He's had a hard time. But all of a sudden, God willing, he remembered my phone number. So he remembered my phone number, so she called. And that was miracle number 2. And miracle number 3 is the citizens of Buffalo, New York, what they did on Christmas night to get my brother to the hospital to save his life.
This is amazing. Yvonne, thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome, and thank you for your concern.
Of course.